Okay, perfect. And we'll just start going then. Welcome everyone. This is Pablo from Check-in, and obviously all of the part. We're going to be doing the introduction for Check-in and RentalWise. Pablo from Check-in, sales executive, and here I am with Brian. Please screen share.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today at the webinar. My name is Brian. I'm the Chief Wise Guy at RentalWise. I have been in vacation rentals for over 20 years. Started my career as a distributor myself and have worked as a property manager, homeowner, and now the leader of a vacation rental platform. So I do bring years of experience, especially in the direct booking part of this industry, to the table, and I'm happy to talk about that today. So thanks for having me.
Thank you very much, Brian. So what we will talk about is the new rules of how the guest behavior goes in the and what drives booking in 2025, how an automation can help you in the visibility, conversation, and guest satisfaction, and what strategies could help you automate operations and increase the reservations and the revenue. The first thing that we need to take a look into is understanding the guest behavior. Okay, at the end, the way travelers are more price sensitive, and that's why dynamic pricing is something that everybody takes into place nowadays. And if you're not using automation, you will be missing out on bookings of different times, different time zones, or different leads that could lead to people going into your houses. Today, everybody expects an automated and online experience. Why? Because they prefer to book a stay that offers an online check-in, so you don't have to wait for somebody to arrive. You don't have to wait for somebody to help you give you the keys, or if there is any legal registration needed being done beforehand before you go into the house, so you can fully enjoy your vacation. And this leads to 90% of positive reviews of them having the option of doing everything online at their own time, at their own pace, beforehand, but when they are going into if they do it in the airport, if they want to do it before, when they are at the house, before arriving at the hotel or the vacation rental in this case, it will help you come with a more flexible and digital experience. What is that we do? Check-in is a company that provides a solution for automating the check-ins and check-out and digital guest experience for hotels and vacation rentals. Okay, what we do is the online check-in and on-site. We do identity verification, self-check-in, deposits, digital keys, damage protection, the touristic taxes, the legal compliance of different countries all around the world. You are also provided with a guest app that is to your liking and to your image of the company, sellings, online payments, and guidebooks. We are in more than 45 countries. We have more than 150,000 properties that manage check-in and more than 25 million check-ins completed. Okay, and here is Brent.
Thank you, Pablo. Yes, RentalWise is a system that works dovetailed and in conjunction with the check-in integration. RentalWise is generally what most people call a PMS, an all-in-one platform, but in a more booking-oriented nature. So rather than compliance and guest journey, RentalWise is focusing on the PMS, channel management, automations, both internal and external, as well as a website generator and a variety of other, essential tools for a property manager or homeowner to run their business. Most importantly, we integrate with a number of important and leading integrations like Check-in in order to ensure where RentalWise drops the job, we have a preferred partner to continue it on. So for things, as Pablo just mentioned, you can do all those things together with RentalWise and Check-in. So we can go to the next slide. So, why does smart tech drive growth and savings? Well, with a platform certainly like RentalWise, the point again, as I highlighted, is to take the main elements of your business digital needs and consolidate them in one place. So you're going to want to have a direct presence through your website builder, something you can do with RentalWise. As you already talked about, dynamic pricing. That is something that is extremely important, certainly with large inventories and the ability to manage quickly and in a dynamic way. Meaning using algorithmic or big data. So RentalWise works with some of the larger platforms out there, from Price Labs and Wheelhouse to a variety of other integrated dynamic pricing, as well as the powerful distribution and coupon tools. And then, yeah, OTA distribution. So, direct bookings are lovely, but most of the world still depends on larger travel agencies, online travel agencies, to power the majority of the revenue in their businesses. So, RentalWise connects to, Airbnb, Booking.com, Holiday, a variety of other channels to ensure that all of your reservations live in one place to keep that central. So we can go to the next slide. Just some of the functionalities that we were discussing that you would generally try to accomplish in an all-in-one or a vacation rental platform is to centralize your reservations and messages. So as we discussed, all your Airbnb or Holiday or VRBO, Expedia, Direct bookings are all going to be centralized in one place. That means you can communicate with all your guests in one way, and of course then have your compliance collection and everything integrated in a single and effective manner. That single is really the core of having a platform. So a single source of truth generally means that you want to keep all of your information in one place. You don't want to have to be updating content in multiple places or rates in multiple places. That's the point of a centralized system, so that you would have one property, have your imagery, your settings, your rates, availability, your messaging, your bookings, everything in one place. That ensures compliance, and that ensures both security and a much more efficient data process. To distribute effectively is one of the main games. When you're in vacation rentals, it's nice to have a collection of homes, but if you don't have a collection of guests to go in those homes, you're not really doing your job. So, doing the best you can to get direct bookings is lovely, but utilizing the existing marketing channels of the OTAs, the online travel agencies, is an innumerable benefit. So that can be done, of course, independently, and managing them all in their own channels is certainly possible, but it is a headache that most channel managers will help you avoid. It's just a much easier way to run your inventory. Simplifying processes, it also means simplifying compliance, simplifying local check-ins and upsells and guest apps and guest journeys. But automating your prices and compliance, as we talked about, is just part of that. You can simplify a variety of processes. In theory, anything you're performing, if it's not the actual cleaning or physical check-in at a home, you should be able to automate that with a combination of a RentalWise and a check-in. And if you're not, you should always be looking as to why. One of the reasons actually might be that you have to build. So a lot of people have unique situations where they have very proprietary or niche business functions that they might need to accommodate. That's why, at least with RentalWise, we offer open API. So for anything that isn't a pre-existing integration, you might want to integrate an accounting system or proprietary messaging system. These are all things that can be done. So once you've used the effectiveness and all the default tools and the default integrations, we say the sky's the limit. As long as you can code, you can connect any system to keep all of your platforms connected in a central hub. And one of the more recent things we've launched, actually, I'm a user myself. I both use RentalWise and I use this newest feature called Wise AI. So we recently launched an inbox assistant. So, with the platitude of AI tools that have come out in the recent months, we just had to join that, of course. It is an amazing advantage to be able to handle guest messaging, which no matter what, if you automate the rest of this, which you can never automate it, your clients asking wonderful time-consuming questions. But AI has helped us, meaning us, the homeowner and property manager community, because as we probably all know, most of the questions you'll get asked, you've already answered by supplying the answer ahead of time, usually, or in messaging that they've already received and probably haven't read. So AI can really easily answer those questions, and it's just a fabulous tool, another way to have efficiency. So we can hop to the next one. So part of the overarching theme here is simplified operations, and we just talked about a bunch of them. So just to re-summarize, because I have a tendency to ramble, but simplifying your customer journeys, whether that's again through a series of inbox automations and integrated guest journeys like check-in, having automated payment schedules to make sure that you're balancing your deposit payments, your security deposit authorizations, that you're not having to do manual charges for any of these. Yes, the OTAs handle that sometimes, but when you are the merchant of record and you increase your direct bookings, as we'll talk about later in the webinar, these are things you want to automate. Having an automations engine, again, just in general, both to customize your guest journeys, but also equally important for your internal users, for your operators, for your cleaners, for your greeters. This is often where you lose a lot of time and a lot of coordination. You can have a seamless guest journey, but if you haven't automated the operational component of that journey, they won't have a clean home and no one will meet them there. Direct booking website, as we'll talk about, I think it is an essential tool. A lot of users do tell me how often they depend on the OTAs. They are great, and diversifying your OTA booking funnels is fantastic, but eventually trying to take ownership of your clientele is the best way to have a successful property management business. And getting a quick website up and running is super easy, certainly with RentalWise, and a big part of a direct booking strategy. So we can hop on to the next slide. I think we might be. So we talked a bit about this, and again, just to run through it, check-in certainly is one of the key integrations that we work with, but check-in, not to take away from what they're doing, is only part of that solution, of course. We also work with review aggregators, a variety of guest verification, and damage coverage, and dynamic pricing tools, meta search, compliance, and reporting like check-in does, as well as omni-channel messaging and other sorts of tools that you might want to take advantage of as a homeowner and property manager. Vacation rentals is a great tech environment right now. It is still a bit the wild, wild west. So there's so many great tools to take advantage of. So it's one of those things that we encourage our users to do. It's part of why we do integration chats like this with great integration partners. RentalWise can only solve part of any property manager's tech solution problem. So the integration partners are really what take it the extra way. So we can go to the next one. I think it might be back to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Brian. That was really helpful. So, what drives booking in 2025? Okay, so the guest expectations have changed. Now in 2025, everybody is looking out to instant communication, easy and fast check-ins, and digital fair experiences. Nowadays, where as Brian already mentioned, everything is digital. Is the tech? It's something that most of the people already look into or take into account before having the experience of going to a vacation rental or going to vacation. This process is something that it will help you develop a better review, a better understanding of the things that your property has, a better experience itself for your guests that arrives at the houses. That's why RentalWise and checking the integration itself, it will come into merge and help not only you as a property manager to have less workload in all of your days, but also to the experience of the guests that are going to be coming. And it will increase the revenue in this situation. Okay, the real cost of doing things manually. It takes late responses, so you lose leads that they are looking to get into your vacation rental, poor reviews for long check-ins. There are compliance risks if you have guest data that is incomplete, and if there are too many tools that you are handling manually, it will become a team burnout. Well, you will have different people in your team that they have to do different tools, everything doing manually. That's, as Brian said already, like having the option of automating most of the process, like the service, the direct booking, the website itself. It's something that it helps in in a way to develop the business and grow the business in a different way, not having to deal with all of the repeatable tasks in the situation. Okay, it's a really nice to have thing to have the automatization, and is the way to scale a business in 2025. Okay, so what is the impact of automatization and booking increasing? It's 90% less that is spent in guest communications, 35% more reviewing, and an increasing revenue from upsells and pricing optimization as RentalWise does of 10 to 30%. Okay, and a 50 to 90% fewer tasks that you have to do you or your team manually. What is the strategies to boost booking in 2025? Ryan, it's back to you.
So I will do my best to rapidly run through this, and I would always encourage anyone listening about increasing a direct booking strategy to continue learning. It's one of the harder things to do.